This is Akashvani Panaji. In today's English program, we bring you a talk by Dr. Shridhar Iyer on the coastal geomorphology of Goa.
Hello listeners, today we would talk about the fascinating geomorphological features that occur along the coast of Goa. Geomorphology is a study of landforms and the evolution such as mountains, hills, valleys, rivers, beaches, sand dunes, bays, coves, creeks and many more. The 3,702 square kilometer area of Goa has three beautiful geomorphological regions. If we walk from the west to the east, we will first come across the mighty Western Ghats, also known as the Sahyadri Mountains. Second is the undulating area between the Ghats and the coast, and the third is the coast on the west. Goa's coastline extends from Keri, that is in the Pernem Taluka, to Polem in the Kupem Taluka, and trends north-northwest, south-southeast. Today, let us take a leisurely stroll along the 105-kilometer long coast that overlooks the beautiful Arabian Sea and marvel at the changing landscapes that have shaped Goa's history, influenced the climate, and also its economy. The coastline shows signs of submergence as evident from drowned river valleys which are known as ria. This can be seen at the mouth of Chapora, Mandavi, Zuari, Sal, Talpona, Galjibag and Sinkari rivers. In contrast, emergent coastline is evident from river terraces of paleo floodplains that are 1 to 2 meters high and can be seen on the bank of the rivers. Sand and gravel deposits form channel and meander bars as in Terikol, Chapora, Sal and Talpona rivers. At the mouth of a river, that is a place where the river meets the sea, sandbars may form due to increased erosion in and transportation of the sediments from the hinterland, enhanced sedimentation during monsoon and by not regularly dredging the rivers. We can observe sandbars at Miramar, Mobor and Betul beaches. Sandbars are dangerous as they obstruct shipping and the fishing vessels. We can see sand spits, which are linearly deposited sediments that are attached at one end to the coast and are formed by the currents flowing southwards and parallel to the coast. Sand spits can be seen at Terikol, Kalangod, Armal, Keri and Morjim beaches. As we walk further, we would notice mesas and plateaus, which are flat-top mountains with a gentle slope. The vegetation is thin on the top but dense along the slopes. Mesas are 40 to 100 meters high from the mean sea level and they form from weathering of the rocks. There are several cliffs, headlands and promontories that are made up of rocks such as gravaks, basalts and laterites. These features are present at Terikol, Chapora, Vagator, Armal, Anjuna, Agwada, Donapola, Kabodirama or Marmogova. From the top of these landscapes, we can get a panoramic view of the countryside and the Arabian Sea. There are certain geomorphic features that indicate higher sea level in the past. Let us visit Armal, Anjuna, Agwada and Sinkrim, where the base of the cliffs and the headlands have been shaped into platforms. These platforms are 5 to 40 meters high. In North Goa, the platforms are made up of quartzites and laterite, while in the south, the platforms are made up of metabasalt and granite. There are beach ridges which are continuous linear forms and beach rocks that mark the position of an old shoreline and can be seen at Anjuna and Polem. Several beaches and coves occur from Terikol to Palolim. The beaches are arc to semi-arc shape. Example, Sinkurim, Miramar, Donapola and Butterfly or are straight. Example, Kolva. Sea caves at the base of the cliffs can be seen at Baga. Sea arches, which are eroded pillars of rocks, are exposed during low tide at Armal and Chapora. As we walk from the low tide to the backshore of a beach, we would come across berms and sand dunes. Berms are linear in shape and formed during the monsoon due to excess deposition of sand. Example, Miramar. Sand dunes formed due to deposition of sand from waves and wind. Dunes may be ancient and stabilized by vegetation and extend 1 to 2 km. Example, Armal. The old dunes may form low ridges that are parallel to the coast and separated by lagoons. Example, Terikol. Active or newly forming dunes can be seen at Sinkurim, Kalangod, Baga, Morjim and Hermal in North Goa and from Betul to Kansolim in South Goa. Dunes are the first line of defense between the sea and the land. Some decades back, dunes were common along the beaches, but most had disappeared due to tourism activities and rampant constructions. Dozens of basaltic dikes that are present along the Aguada and Anjuna beaches cut through the Precambrian rocks and are 63 million years old. Dikes are younger volcanic rocks that intrude into older rocks. At Kanakona, a large basaltic dike traverses through the tonalite, trondhjemite, granodiorite rock. The TTG is the oldest rock on the earth, and Goa is one of the few places where it can be studied. Do you know that the TTG is about 3 billion years old? Compare this with the age of the universe, which is 4.5 billion years. TTG also occurs at Anmod Ghat, Dudhsagar, and Chandranath Hill. Goa has several islands, both offshore and along the banks of rivers. The offshore islands are Pikni, Grande, Cambrame, San Jacinto, St. George, and Conco, and they represent a detached part of headlands. The Mormugao headland may have been an island and is now connected to the mainland by Tombolo, over which stands the city of Vasco da Gama. A tombolo connected the San Jacinto island to the mainland, but a few years back a bridge was built. Tombolo is a landform where one or more sandbars or sand spits connect an island to the mainland. The river islands are Saint Aston, Shorao, and Divar that attest to coastal submergence which happened in the geological past. Coastal sediments. The sandy beaches comprise over 70 km of the 105 km long coastline, but we can also notice that some beaches are rocky, example Aguada, Armal, Morjim, Kanakona, while some have pebbles and gravel, example Anjuna and Baga. The sands are mostly derived from eroded interland rocks and transported by rivers. Sands can also be from berms, dunes, and from the offshore areas. The coarse sands in the north, example Tericol and Hermal, result from erosion of headlands and cliffs. Sometimes the sands may be black in color because of minerals with high specific gravity. These black sands have minerals like garnet, sterolite, epidote, chlorite, augite, zircon, magnetite, ilmenite, and so forth. These minerals are eroded from interland rocks and transported by rivers to the beaches. They form heavy or placer minerals and are concentrated along Keri, Armal, Morjim, Vagator, Polim, and Kangunim beaches. The quantum of minerals increases during monsoon, and post-monsoon they get covered by white sands. The heavy minerals such as ilmenite contains titanium are useful in high-tech industries, but along the shores of Goa, ilmenite concentration is low and presently is economically not viable for mining. Beaches and sediment transport. The width of the beaches varies seasonally and ranges from 30 to 200 meters during the low tide. Certain stretches of the coast have witnessed severe erosion, example Keri, Kandolim, Sinkurim, Kolva, and Vetalbatim. Preventive methods such as tetrapods and retention walls, which are also used to protect the shores, but these are not permanent solutions. In summary, the coastal geomorphology of Goa has been influenced by rivers, sea, and wind that act on the different rocks. Goa's geomorphic features are congenial host for corals, reef fishes, sea cucumbers, sea urchins, sponges, jellyfishes, and many more. The Grande Island off Mormugao is a good place to observe these life forms and also for scuba diving. Dear listeners, as elsewhere in the world, the coastal ecosystems of Goa are subjected to severe threats because of human activities, changes in land use, urbanization, tourism, mining, overfishing, amongst others. Therefore, we need to document and conserve Goa's coastal habitats, as these support single-cell bacteria to large animals such as mugger crocodiles, tortoises, and dolphins, which are endangered and may disappear from the waters of Goa. Thank you for a patient hearing.
You were listening to a talk by Dr. Shridhar Iyer on the coastal geomorphology of Goa. This program was brought to you by the Panaji station of Akashvani